无量天尊，无量寿福. Welcome to another episode of the Dao Talk Live. Today a little bit later. Now it's around 5:30. In a couple of minutes my students come for the training, but I use the time to talk a little bit more about practice. And on my list today is practice of stillness. So welcome everyone watching now with us the live stream. And if you have any questions during the stream, during the live, or anyone has any suggestions or anything, just post it during the live stream. I can just see your message, your questions or comments, and I will answer if I can. So welcome everyone joining us tonight, this evening, joining this live stream. And today we talk about stillness practice. So how we can practice stillness, what is stillness practice, and how we can do it in our daily life. We want to use Daoist practice in our modern society, in our modern daily lifestyle, in our daily tasks, and how I use it is the same like I would suggest to you now, because the Dao I practice, I teach, is the Dao of the daily life. You can use the practices in your daily life. It doesn't matter if you're a monk, it doesn't matter if you are a teacher in a school or a worker in a factory. You can just practice during your daily tasks. And if you have more free time, of course, you can go into the practice more deeply, maybe visit some temple or stay for quite a long time in the mountains or anywhere you like. Study with a shifu is always a suggestion I will give to the people, because then you have a professional beside you. Hey, hello Fabrice, nice you watching now. I hope everything is going well in Switzerland. Greetings, Wudang Shofu, and Greg is also with us. So let me start talking about the practice I want to teach you today. It's a very simple and easy practice, and just recently when I visited Mexico, I was teaching this in the university and also during some conferences. It's a very, very simple practice for your daily life. So maybe many of you think it's just too simple, too easy, so it's not very mystical and you don't want to practice because there's no mystic guru telling you how to become immortal. But this practice will help you to become immortal if you keep practicing it. Yeah, stillness practice. Yeah, and I put it front. So we call this practice 缩心缘, 缩心缘, lock the monkey in the heart, because this monkey we are talking about is the mind jumping from one spot to the another, not stay at one place for longer than a few seconds or a few moments, and cannot focus on one thing. So our mind usually is very confused and very moving all the time. So what we want is a still mind. And how we can practice. Hey Josh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Welcome to join us. And how we practice this stillness is very simple. We first calm our body, sit down very relaxed, and try to relax our breathing, deepening our breathing. So we can take deep breaths into our lower abdomen. Yeah, we fill our lungs. Yeah, all the way down here. So the diaphragm expanding. So we press together all the organs. So the belly is coming out like a pregnant woman. Yeah, the belly button coming out. 哎，张晶你好，哎，福生无量，哎。你好，欢迎你们。So when you deepening your breathing, yeah, you relax your body, everything is really relaxed and opening. The deep breath is what you're gonna focus on. And I'm going to teach you also a 手诀, hand seal. We put the hands together. I know this might be mirrored, so I'm going to explain to you the left hand. Yeah, the thumb of the left hand we place on the first link of the ring finger of the right hand like this, and then we close the hand, and the thumb and the middle finger of the right hand is closing together like this, like we hold the fingers like this, and then we close the hands like this, so we have a little a little bit of a yin yang tai chi. Yeah, and we put this in front of our belly, a little bit lower of our belly button. The point of qi hai would be the perfect position. Relax shoulders, relax the arms, the elbows, everything's relaxed. We can sit down on the floor, sit in the lotus sit, or just practice sitting on a chair like I'm sitting now. And we focus our mind on the air coming in, streaming through our nose, the throat, and filling up the lungs. And over time, the breath, the breathing and inspiration gets more deep, more fluid, and like a little river. Hey Eddie, 你好，你好，欢迎欢迎，欢迎你们，郑师傅，你好你好。So when you can focus on the breath, your mind is focused on one thing and one thing only, the breathing. So when we inhale, we follow the air, and we could imagine the air like steam, like our favorite color steam. Let's say it's a golden color or yellow color, yellowish color steam. We inhale and imagine following the air, the qi, through our throat to the lungs, filling up the lungs and also filling up the belly, the dantian, if you want to call it this way. But to tell you the truth, the dantian is something you need to build, and it's not there if you just started. So people tend to call this place dantian, but the dantian is still not there. So you just call it qi hai or belly button, it's fine. So we concentrate our air, our focus on the air, in and out. And very slowly, very fluent, like a little stream of water, without ending, without stopping, without having a break or lack of air. So you also don't want to miss some air, or you want to have the feeling that you need more air or you breathe too slow. So very natural breathing, very fluid. And the way, if you practice this way, your breathing is gonna slow down, and also your mind gonna calm down and relax. And this is the state of mind or state, the body state you want to have, a relaxed and harmonious mind. So you can focus on the breathing only. And if you focus on the breathing only, you would tend to like have side ideas, like the monkey is trying to think about something else. And when we figure this out, when we find out the focus or the concentration is not on the breathing only, then it's already a very good step forward into the practice, because we already know the mind is not focused. So people tend to, if they close their eyes and they practice this, they're so relaxed, and then they fall asleep or have this wake up feeling. Then it's not really that you are aware of that you're not focused. So when you're aware of your mind is going somewhere else, walking around, the monkey is jumping from one thing to another, then you're already a step further into the practice. So I tell you now good method how you can control your mind and also keep focus on the breathing. And it's a practice, so it will take time, about 100 days for the most simple foundation. So the Soxin Yuan practice in our lineage, in our school, is the following. We count our breathing first to 50, then to 100, and then later to 1000. So when you can count to 50 without miscounting, then you start counting to 100. Because when you really take deep breath and one inhale, pause and exhale takes about 30 to 40 seconds. This is the good and deep breathing. Like I practice around 40 seconds, 45 seconds, sometimes 50 seconds for one circle, inhale, pause and exhale. So when you sit for 20-40 minutes, yeah, you can count to 50 if you don't miscount. So it's a practice where you can sit down, and people call this meditation, but it's just, for us, it's just Tunagung. Tunagung means the breathing exercise. So, and of course, the stillness of the mind. Qingjing Wu Wei is the 4 characters most important for the practice of internal alchemy. And written in, I just have it here, that's why I look at it. In the Dao De Jing, this is my translation of the Dao De Jing. These 4 characters are very important, and especially also, and here's another book I translated, as part of the morning exercise, the morning scriptures, is the Qing Jing Jing, the stillness and clarity scripture. And these 2 scriptures give you a very good idea of what is Qing Jing Wu Wei. So today we don't want to talk too much about this, but if you're interested, just give me a message or contact me through Facebook anyhow, and we can start from there. My students, they all get this book from me because they need to learn the clarity and stillness practice at first. So if you want to start practicing this, you just sit down. Well, okay, it's a little bit big text, a lot of text, so 小张，我等一会儿再看，好吧？ If you want to practice this practice, you just take your time, 20-40 minutes, if you have the time, or before you go to bed, then your mind, your end of day time, then your mind is maybe a little bit more clear. So you sit down and put the hands on your belly, and you try to count your breath, and if you miscount, you start from 0 again. So whenever you have the doubt of what number should come next, then maybe you need to start from 0. So if you even just have the slightest doubt of what number comes next, you start from 0 again. And this is the practice. This way you can start making progress. You start clearing your mind and still your heart. So this is for today's practice. A little text I have to check now, and maybe I answer some of the questions in the next stream. I will hope we'll see you tomorrow. Wudang Shoufu. In a moment I have some students coming and have to teach some classes. So let's continue tomorrow, and I hope you can start trying this practice. Greetings from the Wudang Temple in Germany, Yujian Guan, Wudang Tianzun, 慈悲慈悲。